Hello and a really warm welcome to this week's video, and it's a follow-on from last week's video when I was sharing with you how to overcome fear in your business. And I understand that this is overcoming fear, feeling the fear and doing it anyway. All of those things it's a really big challenge for female entrepreneurs. Last week I shared some content and some things that you can do to start to understand what precisely the fear is and where that's coming from. And this week I thought that I would share with you a EFT script specifically written to deal with fear. So I have created this script, putting in what I understand to be some of the biggest challenges and some of the inner kind of beliefs that we have as female entrepreneurs. However, as you're going through this script, if there are other words that would resonate with your particular situation differently, actually put those words in as well. And I'll leave space, a pause during each kind of statement so that you can actually build in anything else that would resonate with you. Because if you're here spending time working on releasing fear for you, I want it to be as impactful as possible. So what is EFT? It's very simply a way of releasing doubts, fears, beliefs that have kind of got stuck within you and that they feel like they're part of your DNA. They feel like it's something that's absolutely true for you. And what we're looking to do is tap through the various tapping points to actually release them, to move them on. If you haven't done EFT before, it stands for Emotional Freedom Technique, EFT, and you can find out lots about it on YouTube. Brad Yates is a brilliant resource, so look him up on YouTube. He does an EFT script for just about anything. EFT is one of the mindset skills tools that I use when I'm working with my clients, and I use it personally for me as well. So I'll just run through the various tapping points before we get started, and then we'll actually do this EFT for you. One of the things that I wanted to say is that you can get EFT wrong. If it doesn't kind of sit with you, that's okay as well. Maybe have another go. Maybe go and look at one of Brad Yates's videos. See if it works for you. Sometimes we have to try these things a couple of times, before they feel comfortable and confident enough to actually allow it to work for us. I mean, if ultimately it doesn't work for you, it's one of those things that you've tried, but try and keep an open mind to it, kind of maybe set the intention that you are open to seeing how this works for you. EFT can be used to release the negative, which we're going to do today, and it can also be used to insert the positive. For this particular EFT, we're focusing on just releasing the negative. One of the most important things is for you to repeat the statements that I'm saying, preferably out loud. But if you're somewhere, as many of us are right now, where there are other people and you don't want to disturb them, or you want to keep this private, you can repeat them to yourself internally. But the most powerful thing is to actually speak them as well. So to just give you a run through of where the tapping points are that we're going to be focusing on today. There are other tapping points, but we're going to be focusing on the most common 9 today. The first one is we always start on the karate chop point, which is just here. And you can use 2 fingers or 3 fingers. It's completely up to you. Your tapping finger tends to be your dominant hand. So the karate point, it's just there underneath the crease of your little finger, and you're just tapping on there. It might feel a bit uncomfortable, it might feel a little bit spiky. That's okay, it's all right. Again, the second tapping point, you can do it with 2 fingers. It's just tapping inside the eyebrow point. Preferably, I prefer to do this, probably because I'm wearing glasses. If you're wearing glasses, you can take your glasses off and do this. The third one is the temple near the outer corner of your eye. The fourth one is under your eye. Obviously, you're only going to use one hand with this. The fifth one is under your nose, then onto your chin, and then you've got your collarbone area. Now, you could use a technique like this. Sometimes I do that, especially if the emotions are quite strong. You could just tap with your hand in this way. Some people find that gap between the collarbone and tapping there. It's not one of my preferences. And one that's really nice is creating this kind of L shape with your hand and tapping all the way along there. So lots of choices there. Under your arm, and then the final one is on top of your head. We're going to do one round. It might be that as you're working through this, it would be beneficial to do another round. That's great. Just start the video, skip this bit, and get into it. So we're now going to set the scene. So it's going to take a few minutes. I always think that a few minutes spent working on releasing something like fear, old beliefs, old programming, anything like this is so, so beneficial. So I know we're all busy, but just find a quiet space where you can be uninterrupted for the next 10 minutes. And it's just about ensuring that you feel grounded before we start. And I always like to say, connect your feet to the ground so you have that kind of sense of grounding. So if you've got shoes on, just maybe slip them off and feel that connection with the earth. And then I want for you to think about letting go of fear. So we talked in last week's video about how fear shows up. I said it was quite sneaky. So you may be finding that there is something that's stopping you right now from moving forward. So it may be that you have like a belief that let's say you have set the intention that in 2021 you're going to be way more visible, and it's going to be the year that you're going to grasp and conquer video. But right now, in this time, here we are in the UK, in a pandemic, in lockdown, it may be that you're like, I can't go live because I've got lockdown hair. Could be something like that. I can't go live because there are other people around me and they'll hear me. So that is like the surface level belief. And what you want to do is kind of dig underneath that. And often those big beliefs that come up for you are things like, I'm not good enough, I'm not ready, who am I to be visible, to create content, I'm not as good as X, Y, Z. It could be that you don't think you're smart enough, entrepreneurial enough. So go for a fear that resonates with you. So surface level fear is kind of the reason, the excuse that you're putting out there for not doing something. And then just dig a little bit deeper under that and understand what the real reasons are. So how you can do that is that you can just sit here and just say, right, okay, I can't go live because the house is full of people and it's just too noisy. And then just keep asking yourself, what else? I can't go live because I don't know what I'm going to say. I can't go live because I'm not good enough. So you get to the point where when you're asking yourself that question, what else, you'll get to the point where there's nothing else. You've got that root reason, that root belief. So that's what you're dealing with. So I want for you to connect with that root feeling of fear. What is the thing that's really stopping you? And think about how that's stopping you in your business from creating the growth, the income, the impact that you're looking for your business to help you achieve those goals. And just connect with that feeling of fear, that fear of showing up, that fear of going live, that fear of promoting your offer, or the fear of putting your prices up, or the fear of being more vulnerable in your content. Just really connect with whatever's coming up for you. And I want for you to connect with where you feel that fear within you. We often feel fear we often feel our emotions within our body. It's not just in our minds, it's in our bodies as well. It's really common for it to be in our throats, in our chest area. So just connect with where you're currently feeling, how are you currently connecting with fear. And then on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the level of fear that I have around this is at an absolute all-time high, with 5 being, you know, I'm kind of a bit middly, and 1 being I'm not fearful about this at all. So just again, see yourself in that gauge, put yourself in that gauge when you think about fear, the fear that you're deciding to let go of this year, in this video, the fear that's going to help you move your business forward. Well, that's what we're looking to do. But just connect with that fear, know whereabouts that scale that you are on that scale, because we're going to check in later. And then when you're ready, we're just going to take 3 grounding breaths in. So it's a deep breath in, slight pause at the top, and a gentle exhalation out. And just do 3 of those. And there are grounding breaths. And when you've done those, we will start. And as I said, just as a reminder for you, where possible, to repeat what I'm saying and maybe even add your own words in as well. So, karate point. Tapping on your karate point. Even though the fear I feel feels real, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though the fear comes up a lot for me, and it's actually stopping me from putting myself out there, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And even though I worry that I am not clear enough about who I am in the world of business, what I do, and who I work with, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Inside eyebrow point. Even though I'm worried about continuing to make the same mistakes in my business that I have in the past, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Keep on tapping. Outer eye. Even though fear has stopped me from being visible to my audience with content and offers, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Under your eye. Even though some of my fear are actually based on my belief that I am not good enough or smart enough to grow my business beyond where it is right now, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Under your nose. And even though other people have told me that I'm not capable of generating the success I desire or generating the income I want, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. On the chin. And even though there are times when I worry that somehow my life will become too busy, too chaotic if I was more successful. And I feel as though there are times I am purposely keeping myself small because of these beliefs. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. On your collarbone. And even though I frequently allow other people to overstep my personal boundaries that are important to me, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Under your arm. And even though I'm not always consistent with my plans and taking action in my business because of the fear I feel, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And on top of your head. And even though I regularly allow myself to linger in fear, in the negative, and I sometimes take action that sees me sabotaging my hopes, my dreams, and my goals, because I don't always believe that I can and will achieve these. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Now just breathe in and breathe out. Just complete that 3 times. Allow yourself to settle back and feel yourself releasing and letting go of the fear, of the negative. Just breathe in and out. You are releasing the fear. And repeat that after me. I am releasing fear. I am releasing fear. I am releasing fear. And now come back to those 2 questions I asked you at the beginning. The first one is, I asked you to think about where you're feeling fear in your body. Just connect with that location again and be aware of whether or not it's actually shifted for you. If it has, that's brilliant, well done. And if it hasn't, it's maybe just an indication that you need to go around the cycle again. And then the final question is, on that scale of 1 to 10, where are you right now? When you think about the fear, when you think about the thing that you're looking to release, that's actually going to help you move your business forward. Where are you now on that scale? Have you gone? Have you moved? Where have you moved on that scale? And if you've stayed the same or even increased, which is absolutely fine, don't worry about it. It's just an indication that there's some more work to be done. And I really want to encourage you to go around this round again. If you've found a few minutes to sit and listen to this, just expand it a little bit longer and do this round again. Okay, thank you so much for listening to this week's video. I really hope that this has been beneficial for helping you to release fear. Obviously, it's a resource you can come back to time and time again. And if you've got any questions with regard to this practice, please post them to me and let me know. And if you have completed this and absolutely loved using this script and this technique, and you really have felt some mega shifts, I would love to hear from you as well. So again, just drop me a note via email, or you can DM me, PM me, whatever platform you're on, and come and let me know how this has worked for you. Really looking forward to hearing from you again and creating some more content for you. Bye for now.